Good morning students, hope you are doing well and fine. So today we are going to start chapter 6, triangle and its property. So it's an introduction video. So what type of topic we have to cover in this chapter, that we are going to discuss one by one. Okay, so come to the first triangle. Triangle we have already studied in lower classes. So same definition: a closed curve made up of line segment. Okay, so this is the shape of the triangle, right? So there are three types of triangle. First one is equilateral triangle, where all sides are equal. Then isosceles triangle, two sides are equal. Scalene triangle, all sides are different. Okay, when we come to the according to their angles, again we are having three types of triangle: right angle triangle, then we are having obtuse angle triangle, then we are having acute angle triangle. Okay, so in right angle triangle, one angle is 90 degree. Obtuse angle, one angle must be more than 90 degree, right? And acute angle, less than 90 degree. Okay, so these are the types of triangle, and according to the angle, different triangles are formed. So we are talking about this triangle PQR. So in triangle we are having sides, angle and vertex, right? So when first we are going to talk about sides. So this is PQ. PQ is the one side. Then we are having QR. Then we are having RP, right? So that's why we are saying that a triangle having three sides. So now come to the angle. So we are having three angles. So when we're talking about angle P, we can write it as basically angle P, angle Q, angle R. Three angles are there. While writing the angles, one thing you just keep it in your mind: angles, whatever may be the angle, okay, that letter should come in the middle, right? So this is the symbol of angle. We are talking about angle P. So angle P, we can write it as angle Q P R, or we can write it as angle R P Q. In both the case, you see P is coming in the middle. Same way we have to write for Q, P Q R, or we can write it as R Q P, right? Same way for R, P R Q, or we can write Q R P. In both ways we can write it, but whatever angle you are writing, that should come in the middle. Okay, so angle Q and angle R. So we are talking about Q and R. Basically for Q, P Q R or R Q P, right? Same way for angle R also. Now we are talking about vertices. We are having three corners. This corner point, this is called vertices, right? And vertex also. Okay, vertex P, then we are having Q, and we are having R. Okay, so P, Q, R are the three vertex of this triangle. Okay, so this is all about triangle. Okay, we have now the other section for the triangle, that is median and altitude. Okay, first just go through it. Okay, now come to the next topic, that is median. So first I have written the definition. So medians, a line segment that joins a vertex of a triangle to the midpoint of a opposite side. So this is the figure, okay? This is a triangle ABC in which this point is the vertex, okay? From here, the line joining the opposite side. So from this point, if we see the opposite sides, right? From this point, the opposite side is BC, okay? So BC is the opposite side from the vertex A, and this point is marking as D. D is the midpoint of B and C. Okay, this is called medians. A line segment that joins a vertex like this. This is the line segment AD of a triangle to the midpoint of the opposite sides. This is the opposite side of BC is the opposite side of this A, and this is the vertex from here, the line segment joining the midpoint of this BC, and D is the midpoint of BC. Okay, so this is the definition of median. Then we are going to talk about altitude. Okay, let's go. Good. Okay, now come to the next, that is altitude. So altitude, a line segment from a vertex of a triangle. The word perpendicular, this is the main important word here, perpendicular to the line segment containing the opposite sides. So here in the median, the same line segment starts from the vertex. Here also the line segment starts from the vertex, but here it's a perpendicular to the line segment containing the opposite side. So this line is the perpendicular to the BC, and in the previous median, that D was the midpoint of BC. So there is a lot of difference between the perpendicular and the midpoint. Okay, just go through it. Okay, now I am going to tell you in one figure how it is different. Okay, so first I am going to tell you about the median. Median, we are talking about line segment starting from the vertex and joining the midpoint of this line, right? Midpoint means the center point of this BC. Okay, so it will be like somewhere here. Okay, this is equal and this is equal, so this line will go like this. So this is the midpoint that I am marking D, right? So this is the midpoint D, what I have marked here, of BC. And now we are talking about the altitude. Altitude, basically the perpendicular bisector we are talking. So it will come like this, straight line E. Okay, so in this way, in one figure we can see the median and the altitude. Okay, so median basically makes a midpoint, and here it makes a perpendicular to the opposite sides. Both are starting from a vertex, same point from A, but D is the midpoint of BC here, and AE is the perpendicular bisector of BC. Okay, hope you have studied the perpendicular bisector in lower classes, so just go through it. Okay students, now come to the next topic, that is exterior angle of a triangle and its property. So basically I'm talking about exterior and interior. Okay, interior means inside and exterior means outside, right? So here the definition stands for exterior angle is, the exterior angle is so formed is equal to the sum of two interior opposite angles, right? Two interior opposite angles. So first, let's see the figure. This is a triangle. Okay, so this angle 1, 2, 3. They are inside the triangle, so they are called interior angles. Okay. Now, when you are talking about exterior angle, what happens is that if I extend this line like this, okay, if I extend this line like this angle is called what? Exterior angle. Okay. Sometimes the figure may be like this. Okay. Sometimes the figure will be like this. Right? Means if you have to find the angle, exterior angle, this is the opposite interior angle. Okay? This 1 and 2 are interior angle and opposite to this 2. Okay? The question will be coming like this. Suppose here it is given 40 and here it is given 60. For example, I am taking. So how to find the exterior angle? Exterior angle means the sum of two interior opposite angle. Two interior opposite angle means this two. The sum of this two is this exterior angle. So when you add 60 plus 40, you will get 6 plus 4, 10. This is 100. Okay. Now, same about this also. Suppose you have to find this angle. Suppose here 50 is here and here 40 is here. So 50 plus 40, this is 90. Okay. Same way here also. 70 and 30 is here. So we have to find this exterior angle. 70 plus 30 is 100. Okay. So exterior angle means sum of two interior opposite angles. When you add this two, you will get us exterior angle here, right? And when we come to the properties, one more way is there, right? Just rub it. This is all about exterior angle property and how to find the interior angle property. That is also same, but the question will be like this. In that type of question, this exterior angle will be given to you. Suppose this is 100. Okay, one angle is given here, that is 40, and this x is not given. So how to find this one, right? Means x plus 40 gives what? 100. Exterior angle, sum of interior opposite angle. When you add this two, what you will get? The exterior angle. So here we have to find the interior angle in this case, right? In this case, to finding interior angle, what you have to do? You have to find the value of x. We have to shift this 40 to this side. So what it will become? It will become 60. So the answer of x is 60 here. So 60 plus 40 is 100. Okay. This is the another question. This type of question. Okay. And one more question will be there. Suppose in the same question, this we have to find. Okay. So here we have to use angle sum property. We will discuss in the next topic, don't worry. So sometimes the question will be like this also. So this type of question we will discuss in the next topic. Okay. So hope this is clear to you. Exterior angle property, the sum of two interior opposite angle gives the exterior angle property, and how to find the interior angle when exterior angle is given to you. So we have to subtract with 140. For example, for this question, subtract 100 minus 40, you will get 60. The sum of these two is exterior angle, and the difference of these two is 60. And same way, sometimes if you have to find this angle, you have to do the same thing, right? So for finding this x, what you have to do? We have to do 100 minus 60. So what you will get? 40. So here you will get 40. Okay. So this is all about exterior angle property and interior angle property. How to find interior angle when exterior angle is given to you. So in next topic, angles and property, we are going to find all these three with exterior angle. Okay. Just go through it.